Thanks. Hey guys, thank you for joining us tonight. We're really excited to kind of tell you what we're doing to bulbHeads this year, kind of explain the history of bulbHeads, what's in store for this year, and then also next steps. On the next slide, you'll see some fancy pictures of Bria and I, just looking great per usual.
I know I
Uh,
should have told Chelsea we should have changed out my picture, but I let her go with it. It's
Well, I like your picture, so
okay.
I put it there
You
anyway.
look great too, Chelsea.
Thanks. Um, so I'm Chelsea. I'm the content and community manager at Bulb. I joined back in October of last year, and one of my first assignments was to help Bria make bulbHeads even more dynamic and engaging to all of you users. And yeah, kind of like Bria said at the beginning of the call, most of you are really familiar with her. She's the creator of bulbHeads, and her and the Bulb Care team not only created the community, they also developed really great relationships with the bulbHeads. So Bria is still heavily involved in bulbHeads. I'm just helping her make bulbHeads even more dynamic and exciting for everyone. Bria, is there anything else you want to say about yourself?
No, just to say I'm excited for you guys to get to know Chelsea. I've got to work with her over the last couple months, and she is fabulous, and you're going to love her. And she has some great ideas about how to just make this bulbhead community thrive and really help connect you guys with each other so you can get great ideas from each other and help. And she'll talk a lot about what bulbheads is going to be about, but I'm excited about some of the new life that she's bringing to this and the ability to spend a little bit more time in this community. So that's really exciting.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm way excited to get to know you all, and to see what we can build this community into. It's going to be great. So just a little background and history on bulbheads for those who have been with us since 2017 or those who were just applied. I sent some welcome to bulbheads emails just a few hours before the meeting. But bulbheads began in 2017 by Bria and the care team. And since its creation, its focus has been creating a community for educators using Bulb because educators are our main user profile. And so Bria and the care team created a place for educators to not only share their ideas, but learn how to use the product in a more advanced way, and for educators to connect and share their stories with each other. But near the end of 2019, when I joined, we realized that Bulb's grown exponentially and that our user profiles have shifted beyond educators. And educators are still our primary demographic, but we're growing into different markets and our international footprint keeps growing. So on the slide, you could see we have professionals, we have different companies, we have parents, we have recent college graduates, and so many more users. And then the amount of countries that we're in continues to expand. So just last year, we went into Amsterdam, Brussels, Finland, China, Norway, and New Zealand. And just to give you all kind of like an idea of who's part of the bulbheads community, here's a little bit of what some of our members are doing with Bulb. We have school leaders and teacher coaches who are implementing Bulb as their go-to reflection and coaching tool in their districts. We have teachers who are using Bulb to document their master's and doctoral studies, as well as to set and track personal goals. We have art educators who are teaching their students how to track their growth as an artist over time and how to articulate their creative processes. We have curriculum directors who are creating and distributing lesson plans to their teachers. We have small business owners who use Bulb as their employee training tool. We have recent college graduates and seasoned professionals and everyone in between who are using Bulb to build out a multidimensional resume. We have educators and professionals from coast to coast in the United States. We have a handful of people joining from Canada and Abu Dhabi. We have educators from Title I schools, from private schools, and everything in between. And we have professionals from like startups to mid-sized companies and everything in between. So long story short, y'all are very talented, like incredibly talented, and we're just excited to extend the invitation not only to the amazing educators who are using bulb, but to all of the users. So
Yeah, Chelsea, I really do think that's so exciting. I know for a lot of you guys, one of the big reasons that you love Bulb is that it's a portfolio for life, and students and teachers and all of our users get to take it wherever they go. And so I think it is a really exciting message to see how much Bulb has grown in areas like with professionals and companies and things like that, because that's going to help just make portfolios even more powerful within our education systems, and saying, this is the direction that professionals are going, and this is the skills that they need. And then we get to draw on those expertise and those examples and share that with, what does it look like to have a portfolio as a professional? What are companies doing with it? Why, they're all about growth and demonstrating how you're contributing to a company as a professional too as well. And so those are really exciting conversations that I know my team gets to have often. And so it's good for you guys to just kind of know what's going on with us, and how much portfolios is growing across industries. It's exciting.
yeah, it is, and we're hoping that like as time continues, we'll just build a more dynamic platform for everyone just to share ideas and help each other like use bulb in a more industry focused and dynamic way too. So with everything that Bria and I just shared, so we had a lot of conversations leading up to this webinar about what are some changes that we want to make to bulbHeads. And the two major changes that we decided on is we wanted to shift the requirements of who can join and how to join this awesome community. And then we also shifted what happens when you're part of the community. So we made 3 different tiers of bulbHeads. If you had a chance to read the email that I sent out and you hopefully received before this webinar, you've gotten a little glimpse into that, which will definitely go into more detail on that. We'll also go into more detail on how to move up some level to level and the benefits of each level. And then one thing that we're really excited about is our bulbHead Slack channel. So we'll talk more about Slack, who's using it in just like the industry and in the world, and why we've chosen to go that way. And yeah, just wanted to do a little beta test to see if this is a good way for us to connect.
Yeah, and Chelsea and I have talked a lot about kind of Slack. It's a very popular communication channel in the professional world. And, I think that's one of the things that's at the core of who we are at Bulb and within our bulbHeads, is that we always want to expose and challenge ourselves to find new technology and look at pedagogy and all these different communication types of things. And help us all learn and try new things and be supportive of each other. And so this might be a great way for some of you guys who haven't used this tool before to try something new that's very popular in a lot of professional industries. So I'm excited to give it a try and see how it goes.
I know. It will be great.
Yeah.
So before we dive into the meat of the presentation, definitely if you have any questions, chat them over. In the bottom bar, there's a chat button. So if you click on that, you can send a message to all panelists or just to Bria and I, and or just to Bria too. But definitely don't be shy, don't hold back on your questions. We'll also have some time at the end to answer questions and throughout the presentation too. So yeah, let's get into the meat of this. So this year, we kind of wanted to simplify and just get really specific on what are like answer the question, what's in it for you? Our bulbheads are incredibly talented and are in the app so much. We wanted to really build something that uh, kind of shows our appreciation for you all, and also provide different ways for you to interact and learn from other bulb users. So three main things. As a bulb head, you'll be able to help shape bulb. You'll have a say in the development of new products and features, as well as from time to time being able to test those features out. The second is you'll become a key member of our bulb community. So we're gonna try it on Slack and see how it goes. But also we're coming up with other ways to be able to connect you all, to be able to learn from each other, and hopefully develop new friendships and yeah, just learn, I guess. Then the third what's in it for you is you get your hands on some awesome bulb goodies and swags, so you're able to represent us around the world.
Yeah, and I think that's so great, Chelsea. I mean, I'm so excited about some of the things that our product team is working on, and I know some of our bulb heads have already helped us kind of preview and give us feedback on some upcoming features, but definitely stay tuned because we have some stuff that we're working on right now, and we're definitely going to be looking to our bulb heads to give us some feedback and to kind of give a preview of that. And so I'm not going to tell you what it is, but there's some really exciting stuff that I think are going to be some big game changers. And then I know one of the things that's so powerful is I get to work with a lot of you guys individually, and the things that that you guys are doing and what you're creating is so incredible. And a lot of times I'm like, oh, so and so needs to meet so and so, and trying to make those connections. And that's really what we want this bulb heads community to do, is to make it easier for you guys to make connections with other schools around the world and how they're using portfolios and what's working and all of that, and really being able to exchange ideas, because that becomes really powerful and helps us all grow. And then of course we always come up with good swag, so that'll always be fun to kind of keep your eye out for.
Awesome. Well said, Bria.
Oops, I went too far. Sorry, Chelsea. All right.
Good. So the first thing we wanted to cover is just the requirements to join bulb heads. So we definitely streamlined this a lot. All you have to be is 18 years or older, have a love of bulb, use bulb on a regular basis. And a regular basis is up to interpretation, but yeah, just as long as you are familiar with who we are and what we stand for and want to be part of a bigger community, and exchange your ideas on how to use bulb, and are interested in giving us feedback and sharing your opinion, then bulbheads is for you.
Yeah.
Now these are the 3 tiers of bulbheads. So when you apply, you automatically go into the first tier, so in that left-hand column, and that is called bulbheads. And the benefits of bulbheads is you'll get our annual sticker and our digital badge. You'll have access to the bulbheads forum and share and exchange ideas with other community members. You'll participate in the annual bulbheads product survey. We're starting a survey this year to get user feedback, and yeah, we're really excited about it, so stay tuned for that. And then you'll be able to have a sneak peek access to test new features and share feedback with us. Now, when you move, we'll get into how to move between the different levels in the next few slides, but we just wanted to kind of show you the 3 different tiers, and also just like the perks of each of those tiers. So the middle tier is the second tier, bulbheads ambassadors, And these folks get all the perks of bulbHeads, plus they have access to the bulbHeads super user course. So if you are an ambassador, stay tuned. Bria and I are going to send you an email in the next few weeks, kind of outlining that and kind of the offering there. Then you'll have access to the bulbHeads annual swag package. So pretty exciting stuff there. Past swag included Yeti tumblers and T-shirts and stickers and pencils and pens, and we've got some more stuff up our sleeve.
Yeah.
Then the third, kind of the top tier of bulbHeads are our bulbHead super users. So these folks get to enjoy all the benefits of the last two tiers, so bulbHeads and bulbHeads ambassadors, and they have access to funding to share their bulb story at different conferences or conventions. And something that we're super excited about, all of our super users have a chance to win an all expense paid trip to meet the bulb team and see what's in store for bulb. So yeah, we'll have more information about that for our super users later this year. Anything else you want to add to that, Bria?
No, I think that's great.
Okay. So how do you move from tier to tier, guys? Well, let me tell you. So for level 1, the bulbHeads, all you have to do is join bulbHeads. So you need to love bulb, be 18 years or older, and want to be part of the community and apply. This is definitely a shift from what we used to require bulbHeads. So it's easier than ever. And it's a great way to get your friends and your family and your colleagues to join the community too.
Yeah, that's what I would say. A lot of you guys are your leaders on your campuses. And so we really do encourage, if there are teachers and coaches and other people that you know that are using bulb and would benefit of just connecting with others and being part of the community, the application is not hard. Just have them sign up and join this community. We would really love to grow it and get a better idea, connect people with what they're doing with bulbs. So please do encourage them.
Yeah. So how do you go from being a bulbHead to a bulbHeads ambassador? There's a few things to do. The first is be a member of the bulbHeads community, so be a bulbHead. You'll publish 10 pages on your bulb profile. You'll attend 2 bulb hosted webinars in a year. And it's a year from when you joined bulb. So we've got that data. And yeah, we've got some fancy data wizards taking notes. So yeah, so just as long as you attend 2 bulb hosted webinars in 1 year, you're good. You follow us at bulb app on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest too. I mean, if you have those social media accounts, don't feel like you have to go create accounts. If you're not on social media, more power to you. But for the social media accounts that you are on, just give us a follow.
Yeah, and I just to say, Chelsea has really taken over our social media accounts as she's joined. And if you guys have already been following us, you probably have noticed her and her team have done such a great job with our social media content. You'll notice some really great images and things on there that we've been using. If you haven't viewed our YouTube channel, her team put a ton of work. I can't believe how many new videos. I think we have like 50 plus new videos that we just posted in the last month or so with new playlists. And so there's some really, really great stuff there. So if you haven't subscribed or liked us, followed all of that, you're definitely missing out on really great content that has really increased in the last couple of months. So don't forget to go do that for sure.
Yeah, and a little shout out for our newsletter too. So
Mm.
if you aren't on social media but still want to be in the loop of new content or templates or even how-to videos or tutorials that Bria and her team put together fairly regularly, subscribe to our newsletter. You can do that by visiting bulbapp.com. And our team, the marketing team, does a really great job at being super succinct in those newsletters and giving you the most the most relevant and fresh content that we're producing.
Yeah, and you guys have moved the newsletter to a monthly and kind of readjusted some of the content. So if you guys haven't noticed some of those changes in the newsletter, I think you guys have made some really great improvements. It's looking great. They posted a great blog last month and some great templates and stuff. So if you're not subscribed or getting our newsletter, first make sure things aren't going to your junk mail. Subscribe, and if for some reason you're still not getting it, email myself or Chelsea and we'll make sure that we figure out why you're not getting it. So
Yeah, thanks, Bria. So how do you go from being an ambassador to a super user? There's a few things you can do. So first, you need to actually be a bulbHeads ambassador. You graduate from our bulbHeads super user course. So be on the lookout for more information about that. You'll create 3 templates or share examples Bulb can use on their Bulb library. And this is anything from, hey, I have like this one collection or this one page that I shared with my colleagues or shared with my students or shared professionally and it went really well. And then just giving us permission to share those things in our Bulb library. It could even be something from like a student or a peer or a yeah, someone that you work closely with or someone that you coach. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be a template. It can be an example too. Then we'll have recruit 5 new bulbheads. So in our bulbheads application, there is a specific place for people to write if someone has referred them. So be sure that if you are referring people, that you tell them to put your name in the application. Then the last thing that you can do or that you'll need to do to become a super user is to share on a local, state, or national level how Bulb is impacting your work. And this can be through a blog post, some news articles on a podcast, presenting in a conference. There's so many different ways to share how Bulb has impacted you. So find a way that you're comfortable in sharing your story and yeah, send it to us so we're in the loop. We'd love to see what great things our schools and professionally our professional users, how they're using the app and yeah, making great changes and strides in their industry.
yeah, and you guys are doing a lot of this already. I mean, you know, a lot of you guys are presenting at your district conference or sharing about bulb and different types of kinds of presentations and things like that, and we're also here to help you. So we work with a lot of you guys on helping with presentations. If you guys need graphics or logos or just help with developing ideas or how to do that, we will love to resource you. We had some really great presentations at TCA. Several of our presenters are on today. So just encourage you to not be overwhelmed by that. We're here to help you if you need any ideas. And then if you haven't checked out our bulb library, you really should, because we have so much user-generated content that others have shared with us as examples and templates and things. We just want to keep building that up with more and more great stuff that you guys produce. But it's a great resource to you guys as well. So make sure you go check that out.
Yeah. And view all of these kind of like requirements or what you need to do to go from tier to tier as like stepping stones. So part of like the bulbHeads super user course is going to be exactly what Bria was saying, is we'll provide you with like the graphics and kind of coach you through those things. So yeah, we're definitely here to help. And yeah, all you have to do is shout if we're not answering your questions, or you need more help or want to know more information. We're definitely here for you. So, before this meeting, you should have received an email, or two emails. One, an email with instructions on how to add your badge to your bulb page, a link to the Google form, and kind of like a reminder of today's webinar. And the second email came from Badger, so it was the digital badge with the level that you're designated on. If you didn't receive that email, definitely do what Bria said earlier, check your spam, or if you need to update some of your information, there's a bit.ly link at the bottom of this slide for you to go ahead and fill out. Each year we're gonna have you guys fill this out, so that we're getting the most up-to-date information to keep in contact with you and let us know what's going on. Yeah, we also did for our ambassadors and for our super users, we sent out information about ISTE. So ISTE just did a call for presentations, and I think the deadline to apply is the month of April. So if you wanted to go ahead and check out what ISTE is asking for and what their call for presentations is, I'll go ahead and chat the link over in the chat. And great question, Belinda, about bulbHeads Junior for students. We are in the process of building that out. There's different, because they are students and because they are students and privacy, we definitely respect people's privacy. We're figuring out a few logistical things, but it is in the works. Okay.
Yeah, and if you have interest in maybe helping us think through and building a bulbHeads for Students program, send Chelsea or myself a note, so that we can kind of maybe gather a little committee. And in education we love committees, right? But a group to kind of help us think through how to promote and use and what the purpose would be and all of those pieces. So that would be great. And Chelsea, if you don't mind, I also want to just talk about the badge a little bit again. So they're going to get an email from Badger. Sorry about that. So you guys should have gotten an email from Badger with your badge. So just a couple things. If you didn't know this already, you can put your badges on your bulb profile through a site called Badger. And so there's instructions in there in the email that that Chelsea sent about how to set that up. And if you have any questions or any struggles with that, just email help@bulbapp.com and my team will help you make sure that you display your bulbhead badge on your bulb profile. And then that badge is also used wherever else you want to put it. So a lot of people put the badges that they have in their email signatures or on their social media profiles and things like that. So you should have the graphic, and we just encourage you to post that in the areas that make sense for you and be proud of that badge that you guys have earned. So thank you. And then a bunch of you guys are sharing if you didn't get the emails and stuff. So I'll take note of that and we'll connect with you. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, just put if you didn't get the email and you checked your spam and you want us to resend it, just put say you didn't get it in the chat, and yeah, like Bria said, we'll take note and get that information over to you. Okay. Anything else before we go to the next slide, Bria?
Oh, nope, sorry, I'm in charge of
Okay,
the
no,
slide
that's
and I
totally
forgot to
fine.
push
You are good.
next. Oops, there we go.
Awesome. So in next week, once we, well, let me backtrack. This bit.ly link right here, that was also in the chat above as well. It's super important that you guys make sure that we have the correct email address for you as well as a mailing address for you for two reasons. First is we're using Slack for our bulbHeads community forum. And if you know your school's like firewalls are very strict and like potentially will block an invitation from Slack inviting you to the community, go ahead and put your personal email in that Google form. At Bulb, we don't sell or distribute your information to third parties, so your information is safe with us. It's just a way for us to make sure that you're in the loop when and if you want to be in the loop. And then also for the swag, in the Google form, there is a place to put your mailing address. You're more than welcome to put your school's mailing address. Just know that sometimes we'll probably be sending stuff out during the summer. So if you're okay with the possibility of not receiving it or just getting it at a later time, feel free to use the school address, or you can, if you want it immediately, you can go ahead and add your personal mailing address. Anything else that you want to add there, Bria?
I don't think so.
Okay, awesome. So this is our final slide. So the next steps for you guys is to fill out the Google form. So using that bit.ly link. If you aren't already, follow us on our social channels. Like Bria said, we've made a lot of changes on our social channels recently and are really trying to give you guys a lot of like good resources to use, not only for yourself, but for other colleagues, and if you're training other people or just have questions in general about how to use the app and what's in store for the app. And then invite your friends and coworkers to join bulbHeads. The more the merrier. And yeah, I think that's about it in terms of next steps. Anything else you want to add to that, Bria?
I don't think so. Just make sure that you guys check your email. Chelsea does a great job of communicating. And so I'll put both Chelsea and my email in here in case you're not getting emails from us. You can email us and let us know. Does anybody else have any other questions? Feel free to chat them to us. Kim is having trouble. We're using a Google form, but she says it's not working on iOS. I know I have a lot of smart people in here. Have you guys, anybody else ever had issues with Google Forms on iOS? I can take a look, Kim, and try to work with you.
Did you?
Yeah, go ahead, Chelsea.
Not working, Kim. Is it? Did you put, so the bit.ly link is case sensitive. So if there's like if bulbHeads is capitalized, just make sure that bulbHeads is all undercase. No worries.
You are trouble, Kim, all the time.
But it is working on my iPhone.
That's great. Does anybody else have any other questions? Are you guys excited about what we've presented and how we're making some changes? We try to take some feedback from you guys over the last couple of years and just keep improving. So, and if you guys have any particular feedback as you process it, or as we, you know, go through the year and you're a part of the bulbHeads and you have new ideas for us, let us know. You know, we love ideas. So thank you guys all for that feedback. And thank you guys so much for your time tonight. For those that are heading off to spring break soon, I hope you guys have a relaxing and awesome break. And for the rest of us who won't have spring break for a little while, or me, I'm not in school anymore, I don't get spring break anymore, you guys can just enjoy a little vacation for us too. So thanks, you all. We'll Chelsea and I will stay on if you guys need to chat anything for another minute or two, but feel free to take off and keep in contact with us. We're excited.
Thanks, guys.